Welcome to the weekly Homicide Report, the weekly program where we talk about all the people that needlessly died at the hands of another person. So let's take a look at this week's graph. Chicago has 256 murders on the year, up 15 from last week. Chicago has had double-digit murder numbers each week for 2 months. Philadelphia has 222 murders on the year, up 12 from last week. And Philly has 11 less homicides than they did at this time last year. Baltimore has 151 homicides this year and registers 11 for the second week in a row, which is high for them. The St. Louis area has 139 murders this year, up 4 from last week. This is the lowest number of homicides in 1 week for the last 3 months in St. Louis area. Milwaukee has 92 homicides, up 2 from last week, and up 19 from where they were at this time last year. Washington, D.C. has 87 homicides, up 6 from last week, and 8 higher than they were at this time last year. So mass shootings were a problem again. This is the second week in a row with 20 mass shootings. There was at least 1 mass shooting last week every day except for June 6th. On Saturday, June 4th, there were 7. On Sunday the 5th, there were 5. And they happen all the time. These images are of ones that I've covered. I try to cover them all. June 2nd had 6 people killed in Centerville, Texas. So that was a mass murder. And so far this year, there's been 1 mass shooting for every 15 hours. 6 kids under the age of 11 were killed by gunfire, and another 27 between the ages of 12 and 17 were murdered. There were 22 cases of defensive use of a weapon, including the one of the image on here that I did cover. I'm going to try and cover more of these going forward because they show regular people stopping crimes, stopping murderers, and we need a little more of that in our country right now. On to the murder-suicides. Now, these are just the ones that are done with a gun. So far in week 23, we're at 292 for the year, and that's an increase of 19 from last week. And we're currently averaging 1 for every 13 hours. Well, that's all I got for you today, but I'll be back next week with the week 24 numbers. Until then, have a great week, and I'll catch you next week. Support this channel and pick yourself up some original crime-related apparel. Look for the link in the description.